and I was like, that's cool. I was kind of reluctant because I didn't want to play an instrument, which, I mean, look at me now with my, 6 guitars. It's got a cool shape, and it's purple, which sounds like younger me. This is Cody Newman, and you're watching The ARROYO Show.
Thank you all so much for joining us. This is The ARROYO Show. I'm Brandon Arroyo. If it's your first time here, please give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. What a guest we have for you today. Our next guest is a rising star in the world of music that many are describing as a once-in-a-generation artist. Please welcome my guest at this time, Cody Newman. How you doing, Cody?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. So good to see you. Looks like we had a couple guitars in the background there.
Yeah, so I think I have 4 acoustics and 2 electrics. That one is a Dean, and my other one is a Fender Telecaster.
That is quite the collection. How long have you been collecting guitars?
Since I think I got that one when I was 6. So.
Wow. So when did that start for you, the whole beginning to learn music?
I started learning guitar when I was 6. And I started performing when I was 10. And again, I've been doing it ever since.
All right, so the hype train is real around Cody Newman. You're represented by CAA. You have the same age as Cardi B. Some would say that's kind of like a childhood dream for anyone. What are you feeling in this moment right now?
Euphoric. It's amazing. I love being in the place that I am, and I hope to continue to grow.
What did your day look like today? Because you're still a student, you're still in school. Just because you're a musician doesn't mean you get to dip classes for everybody that's out there. Even Cody Newman is still in classes. What did school look like for you today?
So today I woke up at, well, for me, an extremely early time, 8 o'clock. Well,
oh my gosh.
And then I went to first period, and then after first period, I had an interview. So I did that, and then I went throughout the day with the rest of my classes, and now I'm here.
Very cool. So talk to me a little bit about being a musician as well as being in school. How do you balance having those two things in your life?
With the whole COVID situation, of course, makes it a lot more stressful. But before, I go to an art school. So they're very lenient, and they're understanding about my career path and my absences if I ever have to have any. Just because other people have gone down that path at my school. And they are willing to work things out with me and make sure that I don't, miss anything in class and that I'm all caught up.
I think for a lot of people, when they hear art school or performing school, they instantly go to thinking of the television show Victorious. I don't know if you've ever have you seen that show?
Way too many times.
How does your school compare to Victorious? Is it similar?
I'd say it's pretty similar. We have majors, so we're all kind of like segregated in that way. So I'm a vocal major, so I stick with like my vocal group. But we have normal classes as well, of course.
All right, so earlier this year, her debut single, Comet, debuted at number 33 on a major top 50 chart. For you to be accomplishing these things, what does that feel like for you when you are receiving this news? Whether it's you're represented by someone from CAA or you have a song that's charted, what do you feel in these moments?
I'm not gonna lie. I think the people around me are a little bit, like, on the outside more thrilled than I am. But I promise you, I'm freaking out. I just kind of try to keep it cool.
All right, so I got to find out where were you? Do you remember where you were and who it was that told you that you were going to be signed by CAA?
So we met with Mark Cheatham a little bit beforehand in Burbank. Before we knew that I was going to get signed. And he was really nice, and I loved meeting him, and it was awesome. And then after we got home from Burbank a couple months later, my manager told me that I was like officially signed with him, and I was like, whoa, what?
Now, what does your family think about you being so passionate about music? Is your family musical as well, or are you kind of the first of a generation of people that was this involved in music in your family?
So my distant family has been like part of the music business. I know that my cousin played a bunch of instruments, and then, but of my live-in family, my close family, no, I think I'm the first.
And who all lives with you? I do see a pair of shoes in the background there with you. Who's hanging out with you today?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. Who's back there? Who do we got?
It's a friend of mine. Her name's Bella. She comes over sometimes. She's pretty much like a live-in friend. She's family.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
But I live with my mom, my dad, and my brother.
What other hobbies do you have outside of music? Like when you're hanging out with your friends, what do you guys like to do?
I play a lot of video games.
What's the game right now? What's the game?
Among Us.
Okay.
I think it's kind of split the nation a little bit. I like to paint as well, and I do some gardening. I have little house plants.
Wow. Okay. What is that? I'm not very. I don't have a green thumb. I'm not sure what plant that is.
So it's a succulent. I'm not sure like what succulent it is because I'm not that like knowledgeable when it comes to that area either. But it requires a lot less water and a lot less sun, so it's a lot easier to take care of.
Very cool. All right, so she is Cody Newman. She has been described as a rising star in the world of music. Many saying a once-in-a-generation type of artist. Would you be willing to grab your first guitar that you have and just tell us what you like the best about that guitar?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I never play this thing anymore. I love it so much, though. I think the best...
When did you get it? Who gave it to you? What was that moment like?
So... my mom gave it to me when I started guitar, and I was like, that's cool. I was kind of reluctant because I didn't want to play an instrument, which, I mean, look at me now with my, 6 guitars. It's got a cool shape, and it's purple, which sounds like younger me. It says at the top that it's a baby Z, so...
Ooh. All right, so if today isn't exactly the first day of fall, we are stepping into fall. It's just getting started. What do you have coming up the rest of the year that you're looking forward to here in 2020?
So, backtracking a couple of days, I did just release a new song called Palo Alto, and it's available on all streaming platforms, so I am trying to get that out there. I've been doing a lot of interviews, and I'm going to continue to. A little bit later in the month of October, I will be releasing something new, so that's exciting.
So there it is. Right now, we have a new song out, Palo Alto. Tell me about it.
So I wrote it with a friend of mine. His name is William Bryant, and we wanted to create kind of a chase scene that you could hear.
Very cool. And I'll tell you what, I think that there's going to be a lot of people, once everything opens back up from COVID, that are ready to be out there on the run. So this might be able to be their soundtrack to their runs coming up.
I know I use it when I'm working out.
All right, so as we wrap down the interview, we have something called the Final Five. They're the last 5 questions we have in the interview. They are the who, what, when, where, and how of what you have going on right now. The first question is, who do you speak with the most?
My mom.
Very cool. What item, other than your phone, do you have with you every day?
A pencil. And a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I feel like they go.
With school, I mean, of course, it would make sense.
Of course. And
when did you know you wanted to write music full time?
When I was 10 and started performing, I started writing, and I was like, whoa. Huh.
Where do you like to write music at?
Anywhere. I like writing outside the most because it's nice outside now.
And how do you define success as an artist for yourself?
Success is me being happy with the career that I've created.
She is Cody Newman. You can check her out right now online. Be sure to go check out the new song Palo Alto, as well as Comet, being described as a once-in-a-generation artist. Cody, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today.
Thank you.